I think it's time we had a talk, and I wanted to share my thoughts on this. Destiny 2 has a big issue that has caused irreversible damage to the game and to Bungie's reputation as a whole. The DCV made it impossible for new players to engage the world of Destiny 2 and to make a connection to the story. Honestly, we have no idea if we will ever get that content back or if they will start vaulting content again.
Like, what even is the DCV? Is it actually a vault? That would just be ridiculous if they're actually vaulting it.
Why is there a vault with DCV on it? The brochure said they would stop vaulting content. This is a terrible gaming experience.
It is a very serious concern for the future of Destiny as a whole. People tend to talk very little on this issue, even overlook it. From what I have seen, most content creators only talk about the grind as a fix. Realistically, that is a band-aid solution. They need to focus on the onboarding of the game. One of the easiest ways to do this is to start unvaulting content. However, I have had many conversations with the Destiny 2 community, and for some reason that I cannot understand, they gave me this as a response.
Are you gonna pay for them to put that back in?
Are you kidding?
Listen here, Chuckles. We already paid for that content, and it never should have been removed. They clearly went for the cheapest solution to the problem. That does not mean we should have to pay for their mistakes. And if you think sunsetting the weapons is a good solution, because that is actually what you're suggesting, it's not, oh, bring back meaningful grind. You're asking them to sunset weapons, which they've already tried, and they failed at it because they just gave us the same weapons again for you to grind for. That's not a solution, that's a band-aid.
With Bungie vaulting their content, it makes it really hard as a consumer to trust that they won't do that again. I mean, can we even take them on their word for it? I don't think we should trust their word on not vaulting content again. It may seem harsh to say that, but if they did it once and got away with it, they will do it again. We paid for that content regardless if that content was bad. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Curse of Osiris. I have not forgotten. We should still be able to have access to that content regardless of the reason. If you're a vet of the game, I want you to take a step back for just a moment and think of it from a new player's point of view. Why get invested in a game that may just take away the content you paid for? Or why get invested into the story that you have to watch a YouTube video for because the content is no longer in the game? Let's use this as an example. Remember that moment in the final shape when your Guardian finally reunites with Cayde? However, as a new player, you, as the Guardian, you just woke up and you just don't even know who Cayde is. So let me ask you this, why should they even care? So really, it's just a meme of who the fuck is this when your Guardian's looking at Cayde. The other part of this hypothetical is if they actually paid for that content, to get to that point, because I mean, there's quite the paywall there. It really boggles my mind when I see the Destiny community just think of that not as an issue. I mean, really, you gotta, how can you have a connection if you don't even understand what's going on? There's no connection there. I feel that the Destiny community just doesn't help itself, especially when you read comments like, oh hey, just buy the Eververse stuff if you want the older content back. Oh hey, if you just want this older content back, offer to pay for it. Or saying snarky comments like, oh, you really want to basically be on that bad patrol and Mercury or Curse of Osiris? It doesn't matter, they're literally almost sharing the same brain cell at this point. There is a reason why most game developers don't vault their content like this. There is a reason why, because most game communities would be in an uproar. I know there was some uproar, but for majority of the Destiny community, they were just complicit, and I understand there was a lot of goodwill at the time, but I can't understand why keep defending it. It doesn't make sense, especially at this point in time when you are now seeing the damage and how much the new player experience is just in shambles. The current state of Destiny right now is the biggest indicator as to why you never should encourage vaulting any type of content in any game. It does not matter if it is an MMO, it doesn't matter if it's an MMO-like. If you paid for this content, you should never be okay with them taking it away. I have a very strong stance on this, and I believe very strongly that if you paid for that content, you have the right to that content. I'm only bringing this up because I feel like the Destiny 2 community is still too complicit and still okay with them just vaulting the content. I've been seeing more and more videos popping up of people just saying, hey, maybe we should start releasing the content, but I don't think they're actually addressing the problem. The problem is that the older players who have been playing this game for a long time are feeling burnt out, and they're leaving the game, rightfully so. However, you can't even get new people into the game. Every time I have ever attempted to, and I explained the current state of Destiny, do you want to know the one thing I get as a response as to why they will not? Why would I do that if I have no idea what I'm doing? Or why am I going to do that if they just might take my content away? And for a new player to buy all this DLC to not even get into it, because I can give you another example of a new player. She decided to get into Destiny 2 because of me, because I was playing it. However, she bought all the content, and because she does not play it unless I'm playing it, she regrets her purchase. She regrets it, and she keeps telling me, I wish I never bought Destiny, because I just don't know what's going on. I don't understand anything that's going on or any of the characters. That is the biggest problem. Let's not forget to mention the factor that Destiny 1 feels more like a complete product versus Destiny 2. Like it's an overall complete package, complete story. You feel like you get everything out of it. Even though, I will say this, I bashed on Destiny 1 back in the day when I originally played it. I remember that. No time to explain. No time to explain. I remember that. I remember how the speaker could tell me a story, but he just refused to. For as big as Destiny as a franchise is, to see that the sequel to Destiny 1 is basically so incomplete and the first game has a more complete story, especially for how long Destiny 2 has actually been around, and the factor that it feels broken, incomplete, and you just don't know how to begin or where to go, it's just kind of a sad state of affairs. Like the popular saying goes, I can't recommend this game to anyone because of its current state of the new player experience. I cannot recommend this game to anyone until they actually fix that problem, which it's been one of the biggest issues in Destiny for years. Yes, they have said that they want to address the onboarding in Frontiers, but I'll believe it when I see it. I also believe that more people need to start speaking out against Destiny Content Vault, and more people need to be saying to Bungie, hey, we want our content back. We want what we paid for back. I don't mean harass them or any of that nonsense. You know that you're not supposed to do that. I mean do it within reason. However, at the current state of things, I don't see the Destiny Content Vault disappearing at any time, and I feel like everything that we have recently bought for expansion-wise is on the chopping block for the next round. And before you say they promised, remember, they already went back on it once. And remember, when you tell players to go play another game if you don't like it, guess what? They're already doing that right now. Destiny's biggest competition isn't another looter shooter that is like it, it is everything else that is on the market. But I will say this now for the record, I do not find Destiny 2 to be an awful game. I just find it that it's in a very sad state, and that it's so broken with its lore, so broken with bugs, and literally can't keep anybody around. It's actually sad because it's a game with such potential. Why I'm actually making this video, because I believe honestly this game can be saved, and I believe the new player experience should be the first place they start, and I believe that they can do it. However, that may mean that Pete has to sacrifice some new cars here and there. And to the Destiny 2 community, all I have to say about defending the DCV, stop it. It's not helping. It will never help. It only hurts your game, and it's only hurting everyone in the community. So just stop. I think that's going to be the end of my little rant here about the DCV. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. I'm going to let the outro play, but hey, talk to you later. Hey guys, I see you made it to the end of the video. So, if you liked today's video, please give it a like. And if you also want to see more of my content and hear more of my voice, please hit that subscribe button and the bell. If you want to know more about me, I have my socials down below, and you can also probably buy me a coffee if you want to help me out. But thanks so much for tuning in. I'll catch you later.